I'm Jen Brown along with Bruce McGregor. Now, no reason to get a fire extinguisher. The title of the retreat is Men on Fire, wow. Men on Fire Conference, but that is in a different way, and we're going to find out what way exactly from Bart Schuchts next.
Encounter Jesus daily on Spirit Catholic Radio.
Bart Schuchts and many others will be speaking at an upcoming men's conference, Men on Fire Conference. It'll be put on by the John Paul II Healing Center. It's in Lincoln, St. Peter Catholic Church in Lincoln. And we are happy to have Bart. Bart, you were on during our Carathon. We can't thank you enough for lending your voice to our Carathon just 1 week ago. And now we want to talk to you about what is going to be happening in Lincoln with this conference, Bart.
Yeah, hi, Jen. Hi, Bruce. How are you? Yeah, thanks for having me on. And, I had a good time there with Father Craig. And I hope you guys raised a lot of support.
We did. We had a very successful Carathon, and people can still donate right now. You can call the business line or go online at spiritcatholicradio.com. Now, Bart, you have a powerful journey with Christ and how you encountered our Father.
Yeah, he's done some radical things. You know, I like to say that he takes our mess and redeems it and brings a message out of it. My journey has been a unique one. Grew up in the church, went to Mass religiously, but really didn't have a relationship with Jesus until when I was 24. And I cried out to God sitting in the locker room of a professional football team, NFL. And when I cried out to God, I just said, God, I just need to know if you're real. If you're real, show yourself real. And it was less than a month later, my NFL dream ended, and I had a very profound encounter with God the Father. In my brother Bob's arms, God spoke to me and he said, Bart, I'm your father. I'm a father to the fatherless, and I love you. And I fell apart. Went to confession after that. Was there for a little while. And then the priest, Father Mike, led me to Jesus. And it's my passion to this day, 34 years later. I love to lead people in our encounter with the Father's love and to follow hard after Jesus. And speaking of, I love to see the Spirit of God set us on fire.
Fire's been a definite part of your life, both painful and powerful in your journey back to the church. Why is it the Men on Fire Conference?
You know, honestly, because I was a man not on fire. I was longing for something more that I didn't think the church could provide me, that I kept looking for in the world. And, when I'd play in front of the 80,000, I experienced an energy and a life, but it was fleeting. When I encountered the Father in a very profound way, I felt the presence of God fill up the room with 50 men, and every man in the room was weeping. And I now understand that was the Holy Spirit. Before the Holy Spirit was just the third part of my genuine, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I really didn't know much of the Holy Spirit. And he literally set me on fire. Well, not literally. There wasn't flames coming out of me, but passionately set me on fire. I want to share that. And this is a really unique experience for the men there in Lincoln. I've come to know several of your priests there, Father Doty, who was on there last week, and several of the priests there, and I've seen them. I've seen God set them on fire in some very unique ways. And when I say fire, the best way to talk about that is probably quoting the Catechism. This is paragraph 696. It says, fire symbolizes the transforming energy of the Holy Spirit's actions. And the Holy Spirit transforms what he touches. So we're talking about the life of the Spirit. And when that happened for me, it was a game changer. It changed my entire Christian life. It changed my relationship with Jesus. And I want to see that for everybody, but as it relates to this event, Men on Fire, I want to see the men of the Lincoln Diocese and the whole region there, I want to see them set on fire with the love and transforming energy of the Holy Spirit. And it's a very unique opportunity here having Peter Herbeck. Peter Herbeck travels the world, and he and I have gotten to know each other over the last couple of years, and we've been talking about doing some things together, and I just got done doing an EWTN interview with him, and then his radio show on Ave Maria. We did 5 days of radio, and we're talking about doing more together. And so this men's event in Lincoln is our first time doing the Men on Fire together. And I've done the Men on Fire with my brother Bob and a friend Ken. But this is the first time Peter and I are doing this together, and trust me, Peter's a treat.
That's
Any man
awesome.
that gets a chance, Peter Herbeck is a treat.
Well, yeah, he really is. And Bart, it's so important to get the men involved in this thing and to get men involved and in the game. Because too often we're left sitting on the sidelines. We just don't take our faith seriously enough. When in fact our families are counting on us to be leaders, to be bringing them to heaven. That's our charge. And
right.
So often the culture treats men like baboons or fools. It's just over and over and over again. Guys, we need to stand up. And Bart, kudos to you for providing this opportunity on your Men on Fire conference.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Bruce. Thank you. It's time for us to get off our chairs and couches and get in the game. And we're living in a very unique hour in the church. I mean, we don't have to look very far to know that. And it's easy to kind of fall into the gloom and doom and, oh my gosh, but this is an exciting hour. I believe we're living in a major move of God, and it's going to take the men rising up and taking their rightful place. And being the man, being the priest of our homes, being, everything you just described, Bruce, but to be passionate and not passionate in our own strength and our own flesh. I see that so many men struggle with feeling inadequate or not being worthy. That's all right, man. Relax. Let's let Jesus be the worthy one. He's plenty adequate, and let's just show up and let's watch him do what he's going to do. He's going to set us on fire. I'm confident of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And our children are watching us, fellas. If you show and exhibit a strong faith and love and charity in your house, that will be the feelings that will prevail.
Studies show that does happen. The John Paul II Healing Center presents an immersive event, Men on Fire. Men's Conference is October 17th from 9 until 3. So you still have your evening to yourself, 9 until 3 at St. Peter Catholic Church in Lincoln. Go to jpihealingcenter.org for all the info to get yourself signed up, jpihealingcenter.org. What can someone expect between the hours of 9 and 3? Because I know, Bart, that you said you fell into your brother's arms and you did some crying, and that might scare a couple of men away. So what can men expect between 9 and 3 on the 17th?
Yeah, thanks, Jen, for bringing that up. Before I had my encounter with the Father, I was fresh out of football, hardened, just your rugged, typical football player. And my brother invited me to a men's event, and I jokingly say, I'm so glad he didn't tell me, Bart, you're going to be with 50 men who are going to say I love you and hug one another. Like I would have never gone. I was like, no thanks. So no, that's not what it's about. We're not gonna hug. We got COVID restrictions, so we're probably not gonna hug you.
You're going to be spaced apart.
We're gonna have space.
Virtual hugs.
But the fathers might hug you. What do you expect? Just come open. St. Catherine of Siena says, just be who God meant you to be, and you will set the world on fire. Just be you, man. Just show up. There's nothing really expected of you other than your receptivity and your being available. And God's going to be there. He's going to meet us, and it's going to be a very loving, tender, gentle, but powerful, profound, masculine, manly time together. And again, you don't have to perform. You don't have to do anything. Don't worry. We're not going to put you on the spot.
Correct. That's great.
Just sit back and let God be God.
Yeah, that's really good to make that point that no one's going to be put on the spot. Just be you. Hey, Bart Schuchts, thank you for being you. jpihealingcenter.org is where you can get signed up for this particular event, and that's at St. Peter Catholic Church, October 17th. We hope that you can go, Men on Fire Conference, but I know, Bart, you do a lot of work with a lot of people. Maybe someone's listening this morning, they're like, I can't go to that conference. I can't even get myself in that door, but maybe I need to talk to Bart, and I know you talk to people all the time. So just go to the website, jpihealingcenter.org, and Bart or somebody would be happy to speak with you.
Yes, and just to add real quick, Jen, this will be available virtually. So if they can't come in person,
excellent. Okay.
It's also going to be available virtually.
Beautiful. Bart
Wonderful.
Schuchts, we hope everything goes very well on the 17th of October at St. Peter Catholic Church. Thanks for being with us on Spirit Mornings.
Yeah, thank you, Jen and Bruce.